Michael McGursey, wanted to work on a project with maps, and he was always like really interested in maps and geography and things like that. He was working with like another group of students. They were trying to look for places like how to mark up a map of their little city, and he kind of like used how they all represented their city and like where they find significance in their city, and how everyone's maps turn out to be different in the end, even though it's like the same city that they all lived in together. And I think then he went on a more like broader approach, and they made like a website, and people from all over the country turn in like maps to him.
The walking papers project that the teens were looking at in the Hyperlinks exhibition is one that uses technology as a sort of platform. So they were thinking about the way that not only the people access maps online and the way that information is very accessible online, but thinking about what was missing was a sort of localized mapping where you could take a physical copy of a map and walk around your neighborhood and annotate. And so for the teens, bringing those ideas to a project where they were thinking about the museum as being that kind of local space for them to map.
Had you been to the museum before?
I had not ever been to the Art Institute before this program.
Mm-hmm. They discover the museum together, but they're also discovering each other's experiences of the museum. And so the digital aspect is great because we can also share that in a way that is able to be accessed by not just the individual teen, but we can really show lots of other people these maps and have other people experience the teen's kind of path through the museum.
First, we scanned in a copy of the floor plan of the map, and then we went into the museum on Thursday and then on Monday, and went around the museum and kind of found places that we think fit under our theme.
My map was basically on different locations of the museum, and my perception of those specific locations, not specifically of the art there, but how I felt.
So the spaces that I picked were like the grand staircase. I didn't actually know anything about lights or like what those words on the stairs actually meant. It was just like, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
When I first got here, the doors, like I couldn't figure them out. I always messed them up, like pulling them and pushing them. So that was the first thing I put on. I put which side was pulling, which side was push.
Basically track the journey that you personally took that day, because I've been through that same gallery before, but it was different when I had a specific purpose to it.
And so it's just like little places in the museum that like I feel that are secretive and that people don't pay too much attention to. Whatever you want to put on there, like mine said stairs, or like there was like big exclamation points next to like where the light bulb was, and like there was some guy with like going aha, and so it was just like little things like that that kind of represent how I felt in the space.
Youth are coming to this program with a desire to learn how to use digital technologies, and we very luckily have the resources here to be able to teach that in a way that connects digital media, that uses digital media and uses digital technologies as a tool for art making and as a tool for creative expression in the museum.
Like it's easy, but it's still like you still have to use your brain. Like because when it's like media, it's usually something that you have to think about rather than just look at.
To be able to use the technologies that they give us, like the laptops and the cameras, it's something that can kind of engage me and make me want to learn more or do more.
Skyping with the artist who created walking papers, with the designer who created walking papers, it just was another way to make this whole experience so much more kind of holistic. It was from start to finish.
It's just like really cool. I think it makes a connection to you because you see these things every day, and you don't realize how you can actually use it to create something so cool.